Welcome back into another edition of the Big Ten Quick Talk podcast. If you have not already subscribed to the channel down below, in today's video, I will be giving y'all my Week 5 updated Big Ten Big Ten Quick Talk, top 25. This was updated from 2 weeks ago, so let's dive right in. All right, for starters, I would like to mention my teams that also received votes, my teams who were pretty close to making the top 25. Syracuse, they dropped out of my top 25 after their loss to Stanford. I think they're still a really good team, and if they continue to win games, they will find themselves back inside the top 25. Northern Iowa, still there. UNLV, still there. I had them originally in my top 10, but this morning their quarterback decides to transfer out. So, really, I don't know how good they're going to do without their QB. We'll wait and see after this next game at Washington State. Iowa and Nebraska, two very similar stories. Both had a gut-wrenching, heartbreaking loss early in the season. Both are 3-1, and we'll see how they rebound from that. Arizona, I also had them in my top 25 as well. They dropped out, but they're still a pretty darn good team. They just got to have a complementary running game and defense to really help out Territoria, McMillan, and Noah Fafita. All right, moving into the actual top 25 now. I have Oklahoma State dropping 12 spots to the number 25 spot. This may be a little bit harsh, but their offense looked absolutely abysmal. Both quarterbacks look like they don't have a handle on the ball at all, and their just offense looked frankly abysmal. Yes, it is Utah, and Utah has a pretty darn good defense. I will grant them that, which is why Oklahoma State is still inside of the top 25. But, their offense can only get better from here. So here's to that. Kansas State dropping 9 spots after that embarrassing loss to BYU. BYU, a team that I think is not very good personally. So Kansas State losing to them sucks, but they just have to get up off the ground and keep going. They're going to stay in my top 25 as long as they keep winning. Texas A&M up 1 just by virtue of Kansas State and Oklahoma State dropping down. Texas A&M, perfect spot for them here. Really darn good team, really talented. Just messed up against a pretty good Notre Dame team. Boise State up. Austin Gianti is a very good running back. He should honestly be a dark horse Heisman candidate. They're up from the not ranked, and I think that Boise State will probably be a very good team. And at 21, we have Louisville up from the non-ranked as well. Louisville has started the year 3-0. Let's hope they continue to ride that success, as I think that they are a very dark horse candidate to win the ACC. And I think that they are a very good team, and they could do a lot of good, and they have a lot of upside, but they will have to overcome some challenges in their schedule going forward. All right, moving to 20 through 16, my next 5 teams. Iowa State up from the non-ranked. They're 3-0. They've beat a very good Iowa team. I honestly should have had them ranked my last time out, but they likewise are very good, and they are where they should be at 20. Oklahoma drops 5 spots. Frankly, could have dropped even more. They saved themselves in their season, I think, by starting that freshman, over Jackson Arnold, because he doesn't look very good at all. I was banking on him to do really good because I'm high on Oklahoma as a team, as a program, as a head coach in Brent Venables. But they're really gonna have to dig themselves out of a hole, beat a really bad Auburn team, and then they have a gauntlet of a schedule for the rest of the way. So we'll see how they do. USC dropped 7 spots. Frankly, I thought that they should have beat Michigan by a lot. I predicted the upset on my Twitter page. If you do not follow the Twitter page, I give 5 to 6 games in which I think, and I will predict the outcome of those games, and we'll keep track of that as well. USC, a team that I really thought should have won the game on paper, better team, ranking, better team, whatnot. So they dropped to 18. Illinois up from the non-ranked, beating a quality Nebraska team, going 4-0. They've beat 2 quality teams in Nebraska and Kansas, so they're up to 17. Clemson's up 9 spots. They're 2-1. After that terrible loss to Georgia, they are back on track, in my opinion, to win a good amount of games. All right, so here are the next 5 teams at number 15, we have Notre Dame at 3-1, squashing Purdue, and they have a 3-1 record. They're up 5 spots since 2 weeks ago. Keep in mind all these rankings from 2 weeks ago that have been updated. So just a little notice about that. LSU at 14, they're up 5 spots. Yeah, they did versus UCLA. They had a hard non-con and they got through it 3-1, and they're looking in good shape. Rutgers 3-0, have one of the best O lines in the country. They're up 5 spots. They're 13 for me. They're an undeniably really good team and a contender in the Big Ten with their easy schedule. Michigan up 5 spots. I really liked their win versus USC. They did what they needed to do. Yes, they are becoming the new Iowa, but to heck with it. They got the win against a quality team in USC. So they're 3-1. Utah at 4-0. They could be inside the top 10, but the top 10 is loaded. So stay tuned for that. They're up one. They're 4-0, one of the best teams in the Big 12, if not the whole country. All right, so now before we dive into the top 10, let me ask you guys really quick to subscribe to the channel. It's the best, most efficient way to support the channel. Like the video if you haven't already. Share the video around with 3 of your friends, and that's a great way to get more college football content out to college football fanatics like yourself if you're watching the video. And lastly, comment your thoughts down below. I want to hear from you guys. And let's get right back to it here. At number 10, we have Missouri dropping 3 spots by sheer virtue of just narrowly beating Vanderbilt. There's a lot of really good teams in the top 10, and they've been performing real well. Oregon, Miami, and Penn State, they've been performing really well. Missouri slip up, and they can definitely rise up past this game and really do some damage and, get up to that 7-6, maybe even crack the top 5. But for now, they've dropped 3 spots. Penn State up 1 spot. They've been playing really well. Miami up 5 spots, and I think that they're doing pretty well there as well, going 4-0. Oregon's up a spot, and Ole Miss is down 1 spot, and you'll see why as we go into our top 25. Excuse me, top 5 here as we roll into the top 5. Just straight up, Alabama down 1 spot, basically just because Tennessee has been lighting it up. They're in my top 4. They are a top 4 team in the country. You cannot tell me otherwise. Georgia's down 1 spot because I have Texas up 1 more spot to number 2. And Ohio State stays the median at number 1. They've been number 1, and they will continue to be number 1 until proven otherwise. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned with the channel. We have our Big Ten game recaps at the end of every college football weekend, and we have the Quick Talk poll, the Quick Talk top 25, excuse me, that comes out every other week. So you want to stay tuned for that. In 2 weeks, there will be a lot of changes. I can tell you right now because Georgia and Alabama play this weekend, and I might have to drop a special video for that game as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Do what I told you to. Y'all know what to do, and I'll see y'all in the next one.